Hello, I'm going to talk about green ammonia production. So let's go through background. We will be talking about the traditional ammonia production and the green ammonia revolution. So basically, in the traditional ammonia production, they are using steam methane reforming SMR, which will create significant CO2 emissions. However, in green ammonia revolution, we will be instead of SMR, steam methane reforming, we will be using electrolyzer to reduce the CO2 emissions and produce our ammonia. In this project, we will be using Aspen Plus to show the electrolyzer air unit and synthesis loop parts, and also we will be focusing on mid-scale plants instead of large-scale plants or small-scale plants. So let's talk about process flow diagram where we'll be having our H2O goes through the electrolyzer here to produce to us the oxygen byproduct and the H2. Now this H2 will go here to the mixer where also the air will separate the nitrogen and the oxygen. Now this hydrogen also will go to the mixer. It will go to the multi-stage compressor. After that it will enter the reactor. After that we'll go to the cooler, then it will separate the gas here to recycle it back, and we will be having our ammonia. Let's go through model validation part where we basically compared the Aspen Plus result with the realistic values, but keep in mind, like I said, that we are dealing with mid-scale plant instead of large or small scale plant. These are the parameters that we used here. We use the H2 production rate, column pressure, rad frac for the air separation, purity for N2 and O2 here in the air separator also, and we compared the number of stages, and then we compared also the ammonia production rate. And basically our results satisfy the realistic values that we found. Now let's go through the results part where we focused on the electrolyzer performance, air separation units, and ammonia synthesis loop. And these are the results that we found from Aspen Plus. Now in the energy analysis, we focused on these processes or units and found its duty or consumption that it's need from Aspen Plus also. Let's go through cost analysis where we focused on these categories over here. So let's start with key assumption where we focused on the ammonia selling price, oxygen selling price, water selling price, electricity tariff. Also, we focused on the operating cost where we found the total utilities cost, raw material cost, total operating cost. Also, we focused about revenue where we found the total product sales. Also, we focused on the capital and matrices where we found the total capital cost, and the most importantly here is the payout period. Let's talk about the environmental impact, where we will be focusing on CO2 emission reduction. Let's take into consideration the green ammonia production, where it emits 1.6 to 2.4 tons of CO2. However, in the green ammonia production, it emits 0.1 to 0.2 tons of CO2. This will avoid roughly 1.5 to 2.3 tons of CO2, and by this the green ammonia production will have a good impact in our environment. Thank you for your listening.